Assalamu alaikum friends, welcome to Knowledge TV. First of all, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe the channels and click the bell icon for new videos. So today we will discuss a branch of linguistic, that's sociolinguistic. You know that language is social, culture, geographical phenomena. There is a deep relationship between language and society. It is in a society that man acquires and uses language. When we study language, which is an abstraction of abstraction, a system of system, we have to study its further abstraction, such as dialects, sociolects, idiolects, etc. That's why we have to keep in mind the geographical area in which the language is spoken, the culture and society in which it is used, the context and situation which is used, the speaker who use it, the listener for whom it is used, and the purpose which it beside the linguistic components that compose it. Only then can our study of a language be complete and comprehensive. So we study books at language not only from within but also from without. We study language from both points of view of form and function. Sociolinguistic is a descriptive study of effect of any and all aspect of society including cultural norms, expectations, context, and the way language is used, and the effect of language on society. Sociolinguistic diploma sociology of language is that focus of sociolinguistic is that effect of society on the language, while the sociology of language focus on the language effects on society. Sociolinguistic overlaps to be conceptual degree with the pragmatics. It is historically close related to linguistic anthropology, and the distinction between the two fields has even been questioned recently. It also studies how language varieties differ between groups separated by certain social variables such as ethnicity, religion, gender, status, level of education, age, etc., and how creation adherence to these rules is used to categorize individual and social or economic classes. If the usage of language varies from place to place, language usage also varies among social class, and it is sociolinguistic studies. Origin of the term. The social aspect of language were, in the modern sense, first studied by the Indian Japanese linguist in the 1913, also by Louis Gauchard in Switzerland in early 19. But none received much attention in the West until much later. Study of social motivation of language change, on the other hand, and his foundation in the wave model of the late 19th century. The first artistic use of the term sociolinguistic was by Thomas Galen Hudson in the title of his article 1939, Articles Sociolinguistic in India, published in Man India. Ethno-linguistic is study of relation between linguistic and non-linguistic culture behavior. It refers to the linguistic correlates problem of ethnic groups. Anthropological linguistic study of the relation between language and culture. Usually to work on that have no written record. The United States has close relation between anthropology and linguistics developed as a result of research by the anthropologist into the American Indian culture and language. All the students in his field of discovered what they felt to be significant relation between the language, thought, and culture of the Indian groups. The issue of relating of language and culture is still a controversial one, and it is used thought by many scholars. The relationship is not close. We first suspected anthropology currently drawn in linguistic technique primarily for the analysis of such areas as kinship system, botanical taxonomies, and color term by a number of anthropologists are still engaged in field work centering on language description. Broadly speaking, however, a study of language as part of culture and society has now commonly been accepted as sociolinguistics. But there are also some other expressions which have been used at one time or another, including the sociology of language, social linguistic, institutional linguistic, anthropological linguistic, linguistic anthropology, ethnolinguistic, and the ethnography of communication. The scope of sociolinguistic, therefore, is the interaction between language and various sociology definable variables such as social class, spatial, social situation, status, and rules of speaker, hearers, etc. As J.B. Freud says, sociolinguistics is not simply amalgam of linguistic and sociology, or indeed of linguistic and many other forms of social sciences. It incorporates the principle that at least every aspect or function has system, no real conflict between the sociolinguistic and the psycholinguistic approach to language. Both these views should be reconciled ultimately linguistic like John Lyon and cognitive psycholinguistic like Campbell and Wells educated the necessity of widening the notions of competence to take account of great deals of what might call be the social context of speech. Language variations. Language with its different varieties subject of matter socio-linguistic. Sociolinguistic study that varied linguistic realization of social culture, meaning in a sense are both familiar and unfamiliar. The currency of everyday social interaction which are nevertheless relative to particular cultures, societies, and social groups, speech communities, language, dialects, varieties, styles. That is why language variation generally form part of sociolinguistic study. Language can vary not only for one individual to the next, but also from one subsection of speech community, family, village, town, region to another. People of different age, sex, social classes, occupations, culture groups in the same community will show variation in their speech. Thus, language varies in geographical and social space. And to social linguistic language code is there exist varieties within the code, and the factor that cause language variation can be summarized in the following way. Nature of participants, their relationships, socioeconomic, sexual, occupational, etc. Number of participants, two face-to-face, one addressing a large audience, etc. Rules of participant, teacher, student, priest, petitioner, father, son, husband, wife, etc. Function of speech event, persuasions, request for information, ritual, verbal. Nature of medium, speech, writing, speech enforced by gesture. Genres of discourse, scientific experiment, sport, etc. Physical setting, noisy, quiet, public, private, family, farmer gathering, familiar, unfamiliar, appropriate, exclusive, setting room, inappropriate. Sociolinguistics, very important topic. It is related to linguistics. So, language, how the language is related to society. So, in society, many people are there belonging to different professions. Some are teachers, some are doctors, some are engineers, some are army officers. So, these the people language are different and they are different offices. For example, if they are living in the army, so their language is different from ordinary language because they use the specific language. We will discuss that topic inshallah in the next video. So please subscribe the channels and click the bell icon for more narratives. Please share the video with friends, comments, and like. Thank you.